So today is a new guest episode of Chalchitra Talks, and we have Svetlana Naudiyal amongst us. She is the director of content at Mubi India. Mubi is a streaming service where you can find classics and indies, and at a time there are 30 films, and Svetlana handpicks the films for Mubi India. So you should definitely check out Mubi.com. And over to Svetlana for a few movie recommendations.
आज जो मैं फिल्में रेकमेंड कर रही हूँ ये इंडियन पॉलिटिकल डॉक्यूमेंट्रीज़ हैं जो बात कर रही हैं मार्जिनलाइज्ड और ऑप्रेस्ड कम्युनिटीज़ के बारे में. मेरा जो पहला रिकमेंडेशन है इट इज़ अ सेट ऑफ 3 डॉक्यूमेंट्रीज़ बाय द सेम फिल्म मेकर इफ़त फातिमा, जो कि कश्मीर से एक डॉक्यूमेंट्री फिल्म मेकर और रिसर्चर हैं. ये 2006 से APDP एसोसिएशन फॉर पेरेंट्स ऑफ डिसअपेयर्ड पीपल के लिए काम कर रही हैं. ये जो तीनों डॉक्यूमेंट्रीज़ हैं इन्होंने उन्हीं के साथ in association with this organization बनाई है. This organization works for people and families whose children, family members were taken by the forces and thus have disappeared because the families have no news whether the people who were taken, whether they have been killed or whether they are in jail or detained or where are they. So far there have been more than 8,000 cases of such enforced disappearances in Kashmir, and obviously there has no justice that these people have met. The most recent one is a film she made in 2018 called The Deer Disappeared. The other two are Blood Leaves Its Trail and Where Have You Hidden My New Moon Crescent. Ifat in the course of her work वो बहुत से लोगों से मिली through the length and breadth of Kashmir. उन्होंने बहुत से interviews किए, बहुत से activists और family members जो बहुत decades से struggle कर रहे हैं to get the story out about their children. She interviewed those people, and one such person was a lady called Mughal Masi. In September, when she was unwell, Ifat visited her, and as Ifat mentions in one of her interviews कि उनसे जो 4 घंटे की बातचीत Ifat ने की जब वो बीमार थी, that बातचीत has become this 26-minute documentary called Where Have You Hidden My New Moon Crescent. The film touches you because of the raw love and emotion with which this lady talks about her son. There is less anger and more longing in her approach, and that's what hooks you into the film and makes you question the militarization, the oppression, and the life of people who are living in this open prison. The next film is Inshallah Football by Ashwin Kumar. This very storytelling centric documentary tells you about the life of Basharat Baba, a young footballer from Srinagar who is selected for a football club in Latin America, but he is unable to get a passport to go to Latin America because his father is an ex-surrendered militant. This film will make you question that what is the point of a person's surrender and eventual assimilation into what Indian government wants of them, because it's not like his life is becoming better after he surrendered, and it's not like his son is going to have a better life. The next 2 films are from the documentary filmmaker Sanjay Kak. He's a well-known political activist and documentary filmmaker who's documented voices from different parts of the country, right from Kashmir to the Naxal movement. The films are Jahn-e-Azadi, which talks about the notion of freedom in Kashmir, and it will make you question what our notion of freedom is and how easy it is for us and how different it is for someone who lives in the Kashmir Valley. He puts together an interesting image of what Azadi means to Kashmiris, a word that is being used very commonly currently when we are protesting against CAA and NRC in this country. The Azadi in Kashmir is a dream, एक ख्वाब है, एक उम्मीद है और एक दूर जलती रोशनी जैसी है जिसके सहारे लोग शायद जिंदा है, क्योंकि वहाँ हालात तो ऐसे हैं नहीं जो लोगों को जिंदा रहने की ज़्यादा वजह दे सकें. The other film from Sanjay Kak that I would recommend is Red Ant Dream, a film about the Maoist Naxalite insurgency in India. The film also touches on Punjab Revolution. This film can be viewed as a part of a trilogy of sorts जो उन्होंने बनाई. 2002 में उन्होंने एक फिल्म बनाई थी Words on Water, which spoke about the non-violent resistance, the movement which fought for the people living in the Narmada Valley who were forcibly displaced when the several dams were built along the river. The second film in this trilogy can be considered as Jahn-e-Azadi, which we just discussed. Red and Dream takes you into the jungles of Indian heartlands. You see Niyamgiris and you hear voices from the dark corners of the jungles that you would have never heard of. It pays a tribute to people like Bhagat Singh and Pash. When you see this film and you see the gorillas from Bastar and the Adivasis of Niyamgiri shouting Jal, Jungle or Zameen, which means water, forest and land, you understand that they are not fighting for water, forest and land for their own self. They are fighting for the environment, they're fighting for the resources which affect all of us. The next film is from the Northeast. It's called Cry in the Dark, also known as AFSPA 1958 by Haubam Paban Kumar. In 2004 in Manipur, a woman was abducted and raped by the armed forces, and which led to a wide outrage and uprising, a public uprising in Manipur. Filmmaker Haubam Paban Kumar documents this uprising, and in the process the film documents the brutality that a law like AFSPA allows the army to do. AFSPA stands for Armed Forces Special Protection Act. This is a law which is also there in Kashmir, and in the states where this law is implemented, the armed forces hold uninhibited, unlimited power. And the film becomes a meditation on the vile abuse of power that is possible and the courage that people have to rise up and fight for their rights irrespective of the consequences. So these were my recommendations. There are of course many films that in the same theme and in the same line of work which I would love to recommend, and I would really ask you to watch. All of Anand Patwardhan's films, one of the most prolific documentary filmmakers of this country, Ke Naam, which documents the time leading up to the demolition of Babri Masjid, to his more recent work called Vivek or Reason, to Bhim Comrade. And while I'm not talking in detail about these films, I would also recommend for you to watch the following films: 23 Winters, a fiction film by Rajesh Jala; So's A Ballad of Maladies by Tushar Madhav and Sarvanik Kaur; Raqs-e-Inquilab by Niyanta Shekhar and Mukti Krishna; and Rakesh Sharma's Final Solutions. Some of these films are freely available online, and all it will take you is a Google search probably. So keep watching movies, keep widening your horizons, and for more recommendations, subscribe to Chalchitra Talks.